Hello, this is Russell Carlin, and this is the review video for Project 2 on week 2. And for the first question, was the logic more difficult? There was a lot more to this code, because if you look at the amount of code, how many lines, it's like double or more, and it is more difficult just because it's new stuff, but the logic isn't too hard. The code isn't too hard to learn, just because it's basically just learning the syntax, and after you get that, it's pretty much simple, and you can just do whatever you want with it. And it's easy just to figure out the ways to make the code work with you and just figure out what you want to do. The hardest thing, though, which is the second question, is expanding the story to fit the elements. I had to actually use a different story because my first story for Project 1, I couldn't even think about a way to make it large enough, like expanded enough to actually fit this one. And so I picked Minecraft, and like a conversation about deciding to build a town, which it still was kind of difficult. There was certain aspects about it. It was kind of difficult to basically make it fit the code and the flow chart. And like I said, the coding wasn't bad. After I figured out how the story was going to flow, then I could just use my knowledge of the code and just pick what I needed and then just fit it in the spots, and it was fine. But like I said, it was this certain, if you need a number or an array function or whichever, all the different elements of the flowchart, I had to kind of stop and think, how am I gonna be able to fit this into my story? So yeah, that was definitely the harder part of the whole thing, which I said before. I think it'll be a lot easier to actually, for week 3, where we can make a story and then kind of form the flowchart to our story instead of form the story to the flowchart. I think it'll be easier that way around. So we'll have to see this coming week. So